Unit 7. Who's calling the shots?
Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. Today we're going to start talking about styles of business management. Styles of management vary from country to country, company to company, and from person to person. One approach to good management, now considered important worldwide, is team building. Team building is only part of what makes someone a good manager, but it underlies many good management practices. When team building, the manager does things to help employees work together effectively as a group, as a team. This is based on the idea that the manager's job isn't simply to tell people what to do, but to help solve problems and help people communicate so they work well together. This approach emphasizes employee relations, and it benefits the company. It hasn't always been this way. Not so many years ago, there was an attitude in American companies of what the manager says goes. Employees were expected to do what they were told. But we're seeing a new paradigm because companies have realized that employees don't do their best work when they're treated like this. This was a big change in American management style, perhaps influenced by the Japanese model. First, in order to build a team, a good business manager knows that different people are good at different things and values the special skills that each employee brings to the company. A good manager needs to find a way to let the employees know that their particular skills are important to the company. The employees are then more likely to do their best when they feel valued and value each other. A strong manager knows how to build a team of employees who help each other do their best work. So, what can a manager do to help employees feel they're valued, like part of the team? Let's consider a situation at a company called the ABC Company. Let's say there's a new manager in the office, Mrs. Gomez, and she's made some changes. One day, an employee, Mrs. Parks, decides to approach Mrs. Gomez about some problems she is having at work. Mrs. Parks has worked at the company for more than 10 years. The new changes make it difficult for her to do her job well. She's stressed, and this is affecting her job performance. So, Mrs. Gomez and Mrs. Parks talk. Mrs. Gomez listens. She knows she has made some changes and that the office isn't being run like it was before, but she tells Mrs. Parks to try her best and to give it more time. Oh, I see a question. Anna?
I'm not clear. What kind of changes are you talking about?
Oh, well, let's say one change is that before you gave a rough draft of your report to the secretary and she edited it and sent it out. Now, the secretary doesn't do this for you. You have to do it yourself. She changed the way the office was organized.
Oh, okay.
Later that night, Mrs. Gomez thinks about what Mrs. Parks said. She thinks it's possible that other people in the office are having problems too. Mrs. Gomez knows that she needs a strong team to be a successful manager. She also needs a stable group of employees. She doesn't want people to leave. She decides she needs to get an accurate idea of the employees' perspectives. She decides to give the employees an opportunity to share their ideas. She wants to show them she values their work and their experience at the company. So, Mrs. Gomez makes a team-building plan. She begins by scheduling a meeting for the next day to talk about the changes she has made, to give the employees an opportunity to say what problems they're having and to ask questions. At the end of the meeting, she gives the employees some questions to answer in writing to make it easy for them to share their ideas. She tells them she will use the answers they write and the ideas from the meeting to decide on the next step in the office. Let's consider the kind of questions she gives them. She wants questions that focus on the work itself, questions that would be easy for an employee to answer honestly. Questions like, A. Is it clear to you what your responsibilities are. B. Do you know who to talk to if a task is unclear? C. Do your team members support you? If not, what specific things could they do to help you do a better job? D. What was done in the past that you think worked better? These questions are about the work, about how the office is organized, and about working together. They don't focus on the employee's feelings about the manager. Mrs. Gomez reads their answers to the questions. She also checks her notes from the meeting. She decides to modify the way she has reorganized the office. Not big changes, just a few small ones. She realizes that some of the old ways were better. So she makes a few changes back to how the office was organized before. She also comes up with a 6-month plan for improvement and tells the employees they will all review the plan together in 6 months. What message is she communicating to the employees by these actions? Well, first, she's telling them she considers their ideas important. She values their opinions. Second, she is telling them she is in charge, but she values what they say. Third, she's telling them that change is not necessarily good if there is no good reason for it. In other words, she didn't need to make so many big changes when she started as manager. And finally, she is telling them that she is human, that she can admit her mistakes, and that she is willing to do what benefits the group. This puts her on the road to gaining their support and to being a successful manager. Now, on to the third part of her plan. Mrs. Gomez plans a picnic at the park near their office. They have lunch, play games, and talk. They laugh and joke and relax. By the end of the day, they know each other better. Hopefully, this will help them work together better as well. Let's review the 3 parts of Mrs. Gomez's team-building plan. She had a meeting, she gave employees questions about the office organization, and she planned a fun activity to help them get to know each other. We can see that her plan is based on the importance of solving problems and on the belief that communication is vital in order to succeed as a team. This is a key point. Her plan is based on the idea of solving problems and employees sharing ideas. Any questions? Felipe?
Well, I've studied some business management courses, and I understand that it's important to develop communication and build up team players. But isn't it just a waste of time to have these fun activities?
Well, a lot of managers do think it's a waste of time, especially in the short term. But in the long run, it's definitely not a waste of time. In fact, it's often a great way to save time in team building. Let's stop here. Today, we discussed team building and why it has become important. In the next class, I want to talk about other group activities managers can use to build a team. We'll start there next time. That's all for today.